When an artist who regularly pulls in tens of millions of views suddenly goes completely dark on social media, the entire internet takes notice almost immediately. For months, millions of devoted fans across the globe watched in utter confusion as Lucy Thomas, one of the most remarkable vocal prodigies of our generation, practically vanished from the digital landscape. Her usually active YouTube feed came to a grinding halt, her Instagram updates dwindled to cryptic shadows, and the global fanbase was left hanging in agonizing suspense. Was she secretly suffering from severe vocal fatigue after years of belting out high-register anthems? Was she trapped behind closed doors in a brutal multi-million-dollar contract battle with aggressive record executives? Or was she quietly orchestrating something so unprecedented, so structurally massive, that it would permanently redefine the trajectory of her career? The answer was not just a routine single drop or another standard cover video. Lucy Thomas was preparing to officially launch a brand new, groundbreaking original project, stepping entirely out of her established comfort zone and firing a massive shot across the bow of the mainstream music industry. To truly understand the sheer scale and high-stakes drama of this pivotal moment, you have to rewind to where her journey first exploded into the public consciousness. Back in 2018, a young teenage girl stepped onto the iconic stage of The Voice Kids United Kingdom, clutching a microphone with nervous energy before unleashing a voice of such breathtaking purity and emotional depth that it left veteran vocal coaches stunned in their seats. While 99% of talent show contestants fade into complete obscurity once the grand finale curtain falls, Lucy and her dedicated team took a radically different path. They bypassed the traditional predatory record contracts and channeled that lightning-in-a-bottle momentum directly into building an independent digital empire. Within a remarkably short time frame, her viral renditions of classic musical theater hits and majestic classical crossover tracks began accumulating hundreds of millions of views. She created a world where millions tuned in every week just to feel the raw power of her tone. But behind that astronomical success, a silent, dangerous tension was quietly building under the surface of her burgeoning online community. To appreciate the massive leap Lucy Thomas has taken with this newly launched project, we must look at how her incredible foundation was built from the ground up. Following her show-stopping television debut in 2018, the music industry fully expected her to sign a traditional record deal and conform to the standard pop singer mold. Instead, Lucy chose the uncharted road of complete artistic independence. Partnering with her close-knit family team and visionary collaborators, she focused entirely on delivering pristine, studio-quality audiovisuals directly to her audience via digital platforms. Her covers of legendary songs like Hallelujah, Never Enough, and The Prayer did not just gather views, they created a profound emotional sanctuary for listeners around the planet. Her channel quickly blossomed into a digital giant, surpassing hundreds of millions of total streams and securing hundreds of thousands of hyper-loyal subscribers. Her vocal control, remarkable pitch precision, and deep emotional storytelling turned every single upload into an international event. Industry observers frequently highlighted her as one of the purest, most disciplined vocal talents to emerge in the modern era. She became a dominant force in the classical crossover genre, bridging the gap between traditional theater lovers and younger digital audiences. Every release was met with universal acclaim, praised for its crystal-clear production and pristine orchestral backing. However, this immense level of success created a gilded cage. When an artist builds an empire by interpreting timeless masterpieces, the audience comes to expect a very specific, unchanging formula. The YouTube algorithm rewards consistency, predictability, and familiar song titles that people are already actively searching for online. Releasing covers guaranteed millions of hits and instant viral traction, but it also concealed her full creative capacity as a storyteller in her own right. For years, quiet whispers began circulating throughout industry circles. Critics began openly questioning whether Lucy was merely a gifted interpreter who relied strictly on famous melodies crafted by iconic songwriters, or if she possessed the artistic vision, creative writing instinct, and courage required to build an original musical universe from scratch. She was fully aware of those doubts, And as 2023 drew to a close, she made a monumental choice that would test everything she had built over years of tireless work. Stepping away from a proven multi-million view formula is undoubtedly one of the scariest decisions any digital creator can ever make. The digital landscape is notoriously unforgiving, and the history of internet stardom is littered with viral singers who attempted to pivot toward original music, only to watch their viewership collapse overnight. For years, Lucy Thomas sat at a dramatic crossroads that defines the modern music creator dilemma. On one hand, she had a guaranteed, highly lucrative path laid out in front of her. She could easily spend the next decade recording gorgeous orchestral covers of Broadway classics, securing millions of steady views, selling physical compact discs, and enjoying a comfortable, risk-free career. On the other hand, lay a high-risk, volatile territory, crafting fully original material from scratch, launching a brand new concept, and asking her audience to care about songs they had never heard before in their lives. The pressure was immense. Traditional record executives had long asserted that independent artists lack the marketing muscle, writing talent, and promotional infrastructure necessary to launch original projects successfully without major label intervention. They claimed that classical crossover listeners are notoriously conservative in their tastes, preferring timeless standard classics over unfamiliar new compositions. Furthermore, the relentless demands of maintaining a digital presence meant that taking time off to write, compose, and arrange new music would mean sacrificing algorithm momentum. For an independent artist whose livelihood relies on direct audience engagement, going quiet for extended periods carries catastrophic financial and career risks. Yet, Lucy refused to let fear dictate her artistic ceiling. She knew that remaining strictly a cover artist, no matter how celebrated or financially successful, would ultimately stifle her true potential as a creative artist. She did not want to merely echo the past. She wanted to create something lasting that belonged entirely to her creative legacy. Thus, behind the scenes, the decision was made to halt the predictable upload cycle and embark on an ambitious secret journey into completely uncharted territory, risking her established reputation for the ultimate artistic freedom, creative self-determination, and long-term legacy. When Lucy Thomas officially went silent during late 2023 and into 2024, the internet mystery quickly spiraled into absolute chaotic speculation. Fan forums, Reddit threads, and YouTube comment sections transformed into intense digital crime scenes as followers attempted to decode the sudden lack of content. To understand the truth behind this dramatic transition, we have to carefully separate viral rumors from verified reality. Rumor number one began spreading like wildfire across social media. Thousands of worried fans convinced themselves that Lucy was suffering from severe, career-threatening vocal strain or physical fatigue caused by years of intense high-register recording demands. Rumor number two suggested that a massive Hollywood film studio or a major corporate music label had quietly stepped in, forcing her to sign restrictive non-disclosure agreements while locking her into high-stakes contract disputes behind closed doors. Some theorists even claimed she was secretly preparing for a sudden leading debut on London's West End or Broadway, which explained her complete absence from digital media. However, the official facts reveal a story that is far more calculated, courageous, and artistic than any of those frantic internet rumors suggested. The fact is, Lucy was neither injured nor legally trapped in corporate quicksand. Instead, she and her production team were quietly locked away inside top-tier recording studios, executing an intense, multi-month creative lockdown. They were painstakingly writing, arranging, and producing a complete original musical project from the ground up. Every week of silence was spent rehearsing complex vocal arrangements, collaborating with elite musicians, and sculpting a cohesive narrative world. The shadowy microphone setups and vague studio photos posted to her social accounts were not hints of trouble. They were deliberate crumbs marking the construction of her most ambitious artistic statement to date. She chose complete radio silence over half-baked updates because she wanted the final reveal to be an absolute, uninterrupted masterwork that would instantly shatter all lingering doubts from critics and fans alike, establishing a new gold standard for independent musicians who value authenticity over cheap social media clout. Launching an original large-scale musical project independently is a terrifying financial and logistical gamble that very few artists dare to attempt without the safety net of a multi-million-dollar record label. When major labels launch a new artist or original concept album, they deploy vast budgets toward teams of elite songwriters, full symphonic orchestras, world-class sound engineers, and massive global marketing campaigns. For an independent team like Lucy Thomas and her family, taking on every single cent of those upfront production costs without any guarantee of a financial return requires unimaginable courage. Hiring top-tier recording facilities, booking live orchestral string sections, mixing complex vocal harmonies, and producing cinematic, high-definition music videos can easily run into hundreds of thousands of dollars. One single major financial miscalculation or production misstep could easily wipe out an independent artist's lifetime savings before the music ever hits streaming platforms. Furthermore, by remaining completely independent, Lucy's team willingly turned down lucrative corporate partnership offers and major label contract bids that would have provided immediate financial security in exchange for her master recording rights and creative freedom. Had this new project failed to resonate with her global audience, the financial fallout and career momentum loss would have been devastating. Every single layer of risk fell directly on her shoulders. Yet Lucy and her inner circle firmly believed that retaining absolute control over her artistic vision was worth every ounce of financial peril. They refused to let corporate executives dictate her vocal style, alter her lyrics, or commercialize her image for quick corporate gain. They bet everything on their own talent, betting that her global audience was intelligent, loyal, and passionate enough to support authentic, high-quality original art produced on their own terms. This unwavering gamble represents one of the boldest moves by an independent classical crossover star in recent memory, proving that true artistic passion will always outweigh corporate comfort, commercial compromise, and industry pressure. When the official announcement finally dropped across all digital platforms, announcing the formal launch of Lucy Thomas's ambitious new original project, the online music world instantly exploded with intense emotion. The project was not merely a single release. It was a fully realized, multi-track artistic movement featuring breathtaking original compositions, sweeping orchestral soundscapes, and deeply moving lyricism tailored specifically for her world-class vocal range. Instantly, her core fan base rallied around the release, sending engagement numbers soaring into the millions within hours and proving that her audience was eager to follow her into new creative territory. Her vocal execution showed an extraordinary leap forward in emotional maturity, dynamics, and narrative power, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is a formidable original artist. However, the launch was not completely without friction or online pushback. Almost immediately, a vocal minority of classical purists and casual cover enthusiasts began expressing intense skepticism across commentary boards. Critics argued that abandoning traditional, universally recognized musical theater covers was a reckless gamble that abandoned the exact formula that made her famous in the first place. Skeptics openly questioned whether original melodies could ever match the timeless emotional weight of classics written by musical theater legends like Andrew Lloyd Webber or Claude Michel Schoenberg. Others claimed that without mainstream radio backing or corporate playlist placement, an independent original launch would inevitably lose momentum after the initial excitement faded. But as the physical pre-orders flooded in and streaming counts shattered her previous benchmarks, the cold, hard numbers effectively silenced every single doubter. The facts proved that her fans were not just attached to familiar songs, they were deeply, unconditionally attached to the artistic soul, authenticity, and vocal genius of Lucy Thomas herself, cementing her status as a true visionary who refuses to be confined by standard expectations, tradition, or industry skepticism. While the public saw a flawless, beautifully polished launch, the private reality behind the curtain was defined by intense pressure, physical exhaustion, and high-stakes drama. Producing an ambitious original work on a strict independent timeline pushed Lucy and her entire creative team to their physical and emotional limits. Confidential studio insiders revealed that the production was plagued by unexpected technical hurdles, complex acoustic engineering challenges, and agonizing vocal revision sessions that nearly delayed the official launch date by several months. Balancing the brutal physical demands of recording high-register operatic vocal tracks day after day, while managing global distribution logistics created an environment of relentless stress. There were crucial moments during the mixing process where perfectionism almost paralyzed progress, as every single violin swell, vocal breath, and dynamic transition was scrutinized under a metaphorical microscope. Lucy demanded absolute perfection from herself, refusing to release anything that felt rushed, derivative, or compromised. She spent endless hours in refinement sessions, ensuring that every note resonated with genuine human emotion rather than artificial studio polish. This relentless, uncompromising work ethic was what ultimately transformed a chaotic, high-pressure studio environment into a triumph of human artistic willpower. When the master tracks were finally locked and dispatched for global release, it represented far more than just finished digital audio files. It was a deeply personal victory over self-doubt, physical exhaustion, and daunting industry odds. The sheer beauty of the final project is a direct result of that unseen struggle, demonstrating to the entire world that true artistic greatness is never birthed easily, but carved through relentless dedication, discipline, and passion. She proved that when an artist refuses to compromise on quality, the final product will always shine through the noise, leaving an undeniable impact on everyone who listens across the entire globe. The overwhelming success of Lucy Thomas's newly launched original project sends a massive, undeniable shockwave through the entire modern music industry. For decades, major record label executives maintained an absolute monopoly over young vocal talent, convincing rising stars that it was impossible to build a viable, world-class career without surrendering their master rights, publishing control, and creative autonomy. Lucy Thomas has effectively shattered that outdated myth on a global stage. By leveraging digital platforms, cultivating a direct, transparent relationship with her audience, and maintaining absolute artistic integrity, she has proven that an independent artist can build, fund, and launch main-stage quality original projects entirely on her own terms. Her journey serves as an inspiring, definitive blueprint for the next generation of digital-first musicians around the world. She has demonstrated that you do not need to compromise your values, alter your style, or sign predatory contracts to achieve monumental artistic success. As this exciting new chapter of her career continues to unfold, the global music industry is watching her every move with absolute fascination. Will major record labels be forced to drastically rethink how they sign and treat digital prodigies? Will more independent singers find the courage to step out of the cover song trap and claim their own creative freedom? One thing is absolutely certain. Lucy Thomas is no longer just a viral sensation or a gifted cover singer. She has officially established herself as a permanent, unstoppable force in the world of original music, and her inspiring legacy is only just beginning. What a phenomenal victory for independent music worldwide, paving the way for a brand new era of artistic empowerment that will echo for generations to come. Her courage to bet on herself has set a brand new precedent that will inspire singers for decades to come, leaving a legacy that time will never erase and an indelible mark on the history of independent music.